Okay, I forgot to talk about some stuff I had pulled up, which I was gonna right after I played Geometry Dash. Especially with me having talked about AI and shit. So, while we're on that topic... Why are my hands so fucking gross feeling? Give me a sec. Alright, I want to talk about some of this stuff that I had pulled up.
She's going for 145 kilos on this occasion.
Did she say Allah? What the fuck?
Start. Rack.
DEI Olympics.
I understand, like, that's a Paralympic competition, but man, bro, what is that? Like, this is like 1 centimeter of range of motion. What is that? Like, what do you guys think, man? Like, what's your opinion? Because I don't think that's like really that valid, man. And with my friends.
I agree with that statement. On to the next thing.
I got 4 kids and 7.
Oh, this is a good show. You guys need to watch this show. I've already made a video about predicting the mid-season of season 4. I probably won't make any more videos on it, to be honest. Just not enough time, but this is an amazing show. You need to watch this.
Grandchildren.
After all this time, I think I finally understand why 4711 keeps feeling so important from. This is a mystery we have kind of had in front of us the whole time since season 1. We have talked about 47. We also have talked about the lighthouse years. The town,
What does 47
the children,
mean?
Fatima, the Bible, and the town being a settlement. The way people keep crossing from one world into another. But I don't think they're separate mysteries. I think they're all part of one thing. And that reference is not only a Bible reference and connection. I think it's bigger than that, but it's also a settlement reference. Here's what I mean. Before I explain the connection, my name is Christian from Being Premiere. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And let's begin. Okay, so we need to understand something. Because there are a few versions of the 47 theory that get close but do not fully explain the whole thing. Before I explain,
Yeah, but how do we know this is
we need to understand
confirmed?
something, because there are a few
I mean, I guess
versions
it's
of
just a
47
theory.
that get too close but do not
It's just a myth theory.
fully explain the whole thing. The first version is that 4711 is just a timestamp clue. And yes, every video has 4711, so maybe that screen grab has meaning, because around 47 minutes and 11 seconds, Fram keeps landing near important emotional moments. We can have death or confession, important moments around death and dying, void, under pressure, and so on. But all of that, if it's this, then it will be too basic. It's a basic explanation, because 47 is late in an episode, and a lot of shows put big reveals and emotional turns near the end. So if someone says, well, maybe it's just the episode structure, that is understandable. But that theory alone does not solve anything. The second thing is that 47 is only a fat number, an Easter egg, but that also does not fully work anymore. because season 4 puts a number in dialogue. Kenny counts the residents. There are 47 people in the town. That means 47 is not just hidden in the props or timelines. The show makes the characters say it, and we also see it in the radio. The third idea is that 47 is only about the lighthouse cycle, and that is closer because 1931 to 1978 is 47 years, and if the show is around 2025, then 1978 to 2025 is also 47 years between.
That is not just a coincidence. What is this theory leading to, though? Like, I thought this was like about the King in Yellow, the story of Abraham, reincarnation. I guess you can throw an extra thing in there. Like, the more the merrier, the more the better. The more mythology, the better. Makes it more creative.
In cycles. So yes, 47 is clearly tied to the cycles, but even
The fuck was that? What was that?
that does not explain why the full clue will be 4711. It explains 47, and it does not explain why the show keeps using the settlement language. Why the town looks like a place where people were meant to live, why the kids are at the center, why Fatima movie 9/11 feels like a warning. So my point is this: the timestamp, the population count, and the cycle count are not the answer, but they're evidence. So while thinking about this video, I also thought about the themes of the show and religion, and God and faith is central to everything since season 1, and this is central with Father Catherine, the many conversations in the church, but now in season 4, the man in yellow, the villain, is using the Bible, using stories from the Bible. And I thought about this.
What if the man in yellow isn't the final villain? I don't know, though. That would kind of ruin pacing. Potentially.
What if 4711 isn't the Bible? And this is why the Bible verse around 4711 fit the show so strangely well with everything. Here's what I mean. The answer is what 47 points to, starting with the Bible. So let's look at the evidence. Genesis 47:11 says Joseph settled his family in Egypt and gave them land in the best part of the country. That is a settlement verse. A family who enters a foreign land and they're given a place to survive. Okay, how about Isaiah 47:11 says disaster will come suddenly and it cannot be charged away or bought up with a ransom. That is a judgment verse. Something terrible arrives and no bargain can stop it. Then we have Ezekiel 47:11 says the water heals that places. That sounds a lot like the Lake of Tears, but the marshes and the swamps are left for salt. This is a restoration verse, but only have restoration.
I'm not too familiar with all these verses myself, man. Like, I don't keep up with that. I really don't. I just love the mythology of the incorporated into the show's overall theme, and that it's not too strongly reliant on religion or mythology. It just uses it. It's perfect.
Some places are healed, some places stay cursed. Now that is already weird and it connects a lot because those 3 verses basically.
And fun fact, this is filmed where I live, Nova Scotia. That's fucking cool.
Describe Fromville. People are brought into a foreign land. Check. They're given a settlement. Check. We have the town and colony house. Disaster comes every night. Check. But not inside the houses. The disaster cannot be bargained away. Also check. Some things can heal, but others stay salt. So 47 is not one perfect Bible quote. It's a pattern that repeats with land, judgment, and incomplete restoration. And the more I thought about it, the more it connects because we know Fromville does not look like a normal prison. It looks like a place that used to have a purpose, maybe. I mean, there are houses that we see in the settlement. Then we have the diner, a post office, a clinic, a church space, a road, colony house, and so on. Including food. We see how they have roads. So it's connecting so far. Fromville even has a settlement. So the question that I thought is, what if the town was not originally created to trap people? What if it was created to settle them and be a place to live normally? That's where the theory gets interesting because this will mean From is about a cursed town. It's about one thing, a failed promised land, a failed bargain. This is why the story of Abraham makes total sense. So I think about it and it looks like a place that was supposed to protect people, or preserve something, or create a better future, like a settlement. But whatever happened, monsters are the result for whatever happened, that bargain. So keep all of this in mind because it also explains why the April 7 connection matters. If 47
What is
can
this?
be read as 47, April 7 has a real settlement dead attached to it. Edward Brooks, one of the first Jamestown settlers, is listed by the National Park Service as dying on April 7, 1607. Jamestown was the first permanent English settlement in North America, and that is not a small connection to this. Jamestown is basically the American settlement origin story. People crossing to a new land try to build a permanent settlement, and almost immediately the story becomes death, hunger, fear, disease, and survival. Now, I'm not saying From is literally retelling about Jamestown. I don't think it's that simple, but I think From is using the same kind of story in the show. People arrive in a strange land. Wait, what was the title for the first episode of season 2? Strangers in a strange land. And where do we know strangers in a strange land from? It comes from the story of Moses. In Exodus 22:22, Moses names his son and says, I have been a stranger in a strange land. Interesting. I'm not saying the show is also adapting the Bible, but there's a lot of proof. Even
They know what they doing.
Father Guthrie saying the following.
Are living the book that is yet to be written.
Now, in the settlement of Jamestown, they
I mean, that was pretty telling when that happened. I knew right away the first time I heard that what it meant.
do not understand the rules,
Metaphysical story.
and they try to survive, but eventually they die, and the food becomes a problem. Also, leadership became a problem, and then eventually in how many people die. So we have the Bible layer, the American history layer, the storytelling layer, with it being a story for the
I'm not gonna watch the rest. You guys can watch that if you want. Check this show out. Check this channel out. Good channel, good show.
Welcome back to Slop Live. Today's Slopic, one of the most insane exploits and hacks recently happened and kind of flew under the radar. This exploit had apparently been working for months but was made public recently, and when it became public seems to coincide with the hack of many Instagram accounts such as Barack Obama's. Back in March,
What?
Meta announced that it was pushing AI support to all of its accounts across Facebook and Instagram, and you can probably see where this
Hackers say they used Meta's AI support chatbot to break into a host of high-profile Instagram profiles by asking the support bot to change the email addresses associated with the target account. The claims coincide with a series of high-profile Instagram takeovers, including Barack Obama White House account, Chief Master Sergeant of Space Forces account, and Sephora's account. That's insane.
was going. The method of hacking was actually ridiculously simple. They would set their VPN to match the account's country.
Honestly, with the level of success and the simplicity, this could have been much worse than just these people. This is just what people thought to do with it. People could have done so much more harm with this.
Country's region, and then they would request a password reset. They would then ask the AI chatbot for more help, and then ask the AI to switch the email for them, and then the chatbot would email the recovery code to the email you provided it rather than the actual account's email. Multiple videos of this working were posted, and here's a screenshot of one of them where they've asked the chatbot to send them the code. The chatbot has then sent the verification code to their email with no questions asked. They've entered the code, and then the chatbot has provided them with a button to reset the password on the account. Also, if you're wondering what was posted on Obama's account when it was hacked, it was this AI generated image with this caption. It seems like a lot of targets for this exploit were Instagram handles that were short and considered rare, such as @hey, @eggs, @h, and the
Why eggs, bro?
list goes on. A Meta spokesperson posted to Twitter saying the issue had been resolved and they are securing impacted accounts, and also said that claims the vulnerability was used to hack into the accounts of world leaders was totally false. One site pointing out that in a blog post back in March from Meta announcing the AI support feature, Meta said that this system can prevent an account takeover and AI is able to recognize threats. But it sounds like if you asked nice enough, you too could have gotten access to Barack Obama's Instagram account. Who would have thought?
That's a pretty serious exploit. Just be glad it was not worse. See, this shit's getting scary, man. Gotta use it in a healthy way.
In the US, tech titans have been building out giant data centers to train and run AI.
Yeah, like in Utah. Utah, Lake Tahoe. Like, this is fucking over people because, oh, people aren't necessary. And then there's a huge impact on everybody, including those at the top. Like, this is just stupid, man.
And there's been growing resistance over impacts on local communities.
They are literally trying to kill AI.
Our goal is AI for all.
As Canada looks to develop an AI economy and AI sovereignty, a Made in Canada pushback is starting.
There's not really a good spot for a data center. No matter where we put data centers, especially the AI ones, the environmental impacts are going to be significant.
We didn't used to think much about data centers, anonymous buildings, often in urban or suburban areas close to where the users are. They house IT infrastructure, and we rely on them every day for the cloud services we enjoy. But the scale and...
We don't just use it for enjoyment, we do use it for productivity. We use it for all kinds of outside-the-box solutions to problems. We do all kinds of cool, good stuff with it. But it needs proper foundation. Foundation before finances, or else, even if you do survive, you will not thrive. That goes for elites just as much as it does the average moderate citizen.
And location of data centers is changing in Canada to meet demands of AI and large-scale cloud computing.
It is Alberta's first truly hyperscale, large-scale data center at 90 megawatts. We're launching the first phase, which is going to go live here in Q3 of this year.
So that means the kind of buildings and their needs are changing.
In some cases, we're seeing hundreds of acres of land required for a single data center.
Location is changing too. Lindsay Rollheiser is the co-author of a new paper, currently under peer review, into the status of planned data centers.
Oh, would you look at that? The comments are turned off. I wonder why.
We're seeing a massive shift where the vast majority of proposed centers would be in Alberta.
We're seeing more and more proposed data centers going in places with really cheap land and access to energy. So previously, we see a lot of infrastructure in Ontario, but going into the future, we're going to see that build out more so happen in Alberta. So about 90% of that build out will be in Alberta.
Now, these large data centers aren't all alike. They might be processing users' AI needs, they might be even bigger and more powerful for training AI, or they're for cloud computing more generally. But these so-called hyperscale centers are multiplying. Canada currently has 5 hyperscale data centers with power capacities between 50 to 100 megawatts, 2 in BC and the others in Ontario, Quebec, and New Brunswick. But there are 96 more announced or under construction.
That's a lot. That's a lot of hyperscale data. What does hyperscale mean again? $100 to 300 megawatts, 10,000 square feet. Insane.
Construction, most with even higher capacity. So what was once a mostly unnoticed urban or suburban thing is rapidly becoming a big development project, especially in Alberta. Olds, Alberta is a community of around 10,000 people between Red Deer and Calgary. The proposed Olds data center complex would end up being 10 times the size of any other data center currently in Canada.
I know we don't want to be the test case.
The community met for an information session last month.
What you're facing with this is massive fallout from emissions, sound, construction.
There are a number of people I know who are preparing or have listed their homes. There are businesses who I know are looking to relocate out of town.
And many residents feel the lack of information acutely.
Not just the lack of information, the exploitation, the disregard, the feeling valueless in the grand scheme of things. If you can call it the grand scheme. I don't think you can, because these politicians and zombies at the top pushing for this, they can't see the big picture of how the implications on the average moderate citizen will trickle up. They will. They think they don't need people. They're wrong. They're wrong.
There was very vague conversations on town council meetings. There was no heads up.
You can't act. You can talk, and you can think, and you can talk, and you can make content, you can share, you can collaborate, you can form a community, you can stand up to this. But you can't do anything because it's all illegal. And even with thinking and talking at like town council or whatever, they compel and control the speech that you use and the topic at hand. You can't do anything, pretty much. It's like, hey, we don't need people. It's fucking awful. We don't give a shit about how we impact people's lives. That's nothing new, though. Moral, financial contradiction.
There was no consultation.
And the concerns are not just in Olds, Alberta. New data suggests 68% of Canadians surveyed would oppose a large data center near their home, with rural residents even more strongly opposed. In the US, protests focus on AI data centers as noisy and as energy and water hogs. Water cooling has sparked concerns, especially in the western states where there are limited amounts of water. Lake Tahoe's utility company has to find a new source of power because the electricity supplier plans to divert city power to data centers.
Putting 50,000 people without 75% of their energy, their electric energy. I think it is. 50,000 people without 75% of their power being supplied by, was it NV Energy?
Centers use a lot of electricity, and it's important to match with grid capacity. Alberta encourages developers to bring their own power, but there's debate about how much water is actually used and the impact of electricity use on communities and the environment.
Simple human greed.
Companies behind these hyperscale developments in Canada say the technology has changed.
The amount of energy that these data centers used to use is nowhere near what they use today, and the amount of water that they used to use is nowhere near what they use today. And we will pay our share for energy, and we will ensure that electricity rates do not go up for Canadians.
Quebec company E-Structure is building a 90-megawatt hyperscale data center due to open later this year in the Calgary area.
With these new AI workloads, they're super high power density, they require a significant amount of cooling, but we're using all closed loop systems, and it continues to recirculate itself. So we don't turn to the city for water. And potentially there's some old school designs out there in different parts of the world where they do have more access to water, where the city has made it more inviting for them to take that water. And those kind of one-off headlines kind of get painted pretty broadly.
In all the back and forth,
I don't think that instantly makes it reconcilable. It still has more effect than that on the environment.
between opponents and proponents, there's been a frustrating lack of really clear, concrete
And the intent is not to bring automation, it's to profit. This is why you pay a subscription for this service, only for it to give you a little bit more. And it doesn't become more efficient, you can just use more of it. Or do you get more fee? I'm not entirely sure about that. When you subscribe, okay, if I subscribe to a Gemini or Grok or GPT plan, do I get more features and more efficiency? Drastically improves your efficiency and it allows you to do more things. Yeah, I guess. Like, yeah, AI can definitely be used in a healthy, productive, fun way, in a good way. But again, you need that proper foundation.
information. Now, partly that's because there are different kinds of data centers, different designs, and different power sources based on local conditions. And partly because there's a lack of real studies on exactly what all the impacts are.
Are the economic benefits really being achieved? The way that governments tell the communities this is going to be beneficial for these reasons, X, Y, Z, do we actually see those outcomes? We don't know for sure. There's a couple papers, working papers, nothing's been published yet on these questions.
We can't completely condemn AI. We don't want people to keep breaking their body for a check, exploiting themselves in many different ways, self-neglecting, unreconcilable sacrifice.
Transparency and access to clear, reliable data is key.
Cost of living may be high, but that doesn't mean that it is living. We want to live. We want freedom. We don't want to be controlled.
Key to our ability to have reasoned debate about the future of data centers.
We gotta continue to work together, both industry and government, to continue to build public trust. And I think fundamentally...
Absolutely, I agree 100%, as long as you can do it in a good way. But this is the result of intentional division as much as it is unreconcilable data centers, if not more. I'd say the government cares less about people than this industry. The government funds this industry selectively, and so yeah, I've already talked about that. That's it, I think. Yeah. Is Canada in a recession? We finally got an answer, I guess.
This government's been in the process of laying the foundations for a stronger, more resilient, more independent Canadian economy. That process is settling in during that time as we make major investments, major changes. As we do all that...
Not very specific and kind of repetitive.
The data is going to be uneven, and you know, we see some weakness, in part because of clear decisions by the government. So we have taken back control of immigration. That's meant the population growth.
No, you haven't. No, you haven't. It's still overwhelmingly anybody and everybody.
Growth has flattened. In fact, it's slowed, or it's been negative for the last 2 quarters. We have reined in government spending, so it had been growing close to 10%. It's growing less than 2% now. So that's also something that weighs on. There's some other choppiness in terms of how investment is happening. But we're also seeing at the same time the foundations coming into place, settling in for that stronger, more resilient economy.
What foundations?
A new Canadian Heritage moment. The Prime Minister has answered a question from reporters. So I just take a moment to acknowledge this historical time in our Canadian story. The Prime Minister has obviously been hiding from all of you since the devastating news that we were all saddened to learn on Friday that Canada was the only country in the G7 to have fallen into a recession.
Yeah. Going to be the worst performing for the next 40 years out of 38 advanced economies. Brookfield up 18 to 19%. Canadian GDP down 0.06%. Maid was administered to a dude in a Tim Hortons parking lot. Somehow. $10 to $15 billion in foreign investment is leaving, something like that. $300 billion in investment each year is leaving total. These are just off the top of my head. It's bad, man. The housing, 32 to 40% up from 7 years ago when COVID started. It's not good, man. It's not good.
And of course, this is terrible news for the 112,000 people who've lost their jobs in the first 3 months of this year alone.
Because jobs are definitely a good thing, and that should always be the case. Jobs should always be a good thing. We want people to work. We want people to work for what isn't a good life in all aspects of life. Sure, we're going to keep doing that for generation after generation. See how it works out.
Many thousands of Canadians who are part of the 32% increase in delinquencies, mortgage delinquencies, the highest in nearly 2 decades, the 2.2 million people relying on food banks, a record-smashing number. Real people are suffering in a way that they're not suffering in the other G7 countries.
Absolutely true. I don't agree jobs are a good thing anymore, though. Not all jobs. There's a lot of jobs that are very important that probably won't be replaced by AI anytime soon. That's important to say. Okay, on to the next thing.
Our pesky neighbors to our south.
A new tick. New tick dropped.
Risk to Canadians.
It's not like they're not going to come. We can't stop them. We can't just put a wall up.
Their invasion is well underway, spreading disease.
And they can carry diseases which we haven't seen here yet.
It's forcing Canada to shore up its defenses.
So not alpha-gal, not limes. We're getting new disease drop. New chronic illness drop.
Forewarned is forearmed.
And that threat, advancing 50 kilometers a year, is smaller than your fingernail. Ticks. This is the Canadian Tick Research and Innovation Centre, or CITRIC.
This is the first kind of facility in Canada.
A sort of defense command for ticks in Canada, if you will, based at Acadia University in Wolfville, Nova Scotia. Nicoletta Ferrione is the associate professor in charge of the pioneering research here.
I would say that people are very alarmed and very scared about the presence of and the transmission of tick-borne diseases. We don't have a vaccine for Lyme yet. Although we know very well that ticks carry multiple pathogens, so a vaccine for Lyme won't be the best solution for protecting us from this. So we need to really not be scared, be prepared, knowledge is important.
Yeah. Yeah.
The black-legged tick, or deer tick, carries Lyme disease, but there are more than 40 other different types of ticks in Canada already. And then there are the troubling ticks to come. The Lone Star tick is making inroads, and the Asian longhorn tick.
What do these carry,
Those
other than
last two
alpha-gal?
have farmers in Nova Scotia concerned. The Asian longhorn tick can cause anemia in cattle. It can kill them.
They're coming whether we want them or not.
Beef farmer Tim Marsh in Poplar Grove, Nova Scotia, is ever vigilant for signs his cattle might be struggling, fearful he might lose one.
Well, you'd be a couple $1,000s right off the top, depending on the age of it. Is it a bred cow? Then you're losing 2 animals. You know, it could be expensive in a hurry.
And if you still think ticks are little more than a nuisance, consider Patty O'Brien Carrier, an avid gardener in the nearby state of Maine. She was bitten by a Lone Star tick, then developed a severe meat allergy, which causes anaphylactic shock.
I get very itchy, my whole body itches, and I break out in hives. And then my breath gets shorter and shorter to the point that I can't breathe because it's shutting off my airway.
No meat. You can't eat any meat, bro. No burgers. No tacos. Hell, man.
So you absolutely can't breathe, and then if you don't get help immediately, then you can drop dead. So.
At Citric, they plan to bring both the Asian longhorned and Lone Star ticks into this secure facility.
We will enter here.
To study them and hopefully find a way to combat them.
Having them here, studying them, testing them, their behavior, their response, and also looking at the type of pathogen that they carry.
You need to look at the pathogen. You need to study the behavior of the pathogen, not the tick, which is why you need the tick.
Can help us to be more prepared.
In the meantime, there are actually growing ticks we are already familiar with here, like the American dog tick, to study them too, feeding blood to the females using a kind of fake skin.
This chamber is inserted inside this where...
There are ticks inside here.
Yes, there are ticks where the blood it's basically flowing and the membrane is in direct contact with worm and fresh blood. And
That's
ticks,
simulating someone's skin.
Exactly, someone's skin. And ticks will pierce through the membrane and they will...
They sense, well, they sense more than just heat. They also sense your breath, don't they? CO2, I don't even know. I know that they sense your body your body heat for sure.
Fed.
And eventually have babies. The female is laying eggs right now?
Yes. Yep. And this is the first eggs we're having.
We happen to be there for the first birth to happen in the lab.
She's starting laying the eggs, so we have the eggs in here, and we're expecting to see at least 2,000 eggs laid by a single female. Quickly. Yes.
They
a female can lay around 2,000 eggs.
2,000.
A lot.
As futile as it might all seem, back on the farm, Tim Marsh does what he can. Ticks like to climb up on tall grass and branches in hopes of hitching a ride on humans or cattle, so Marsh is clearing his fence lines.
The ticks will be knee height.
That's a great idea.
We're gonna come through yet again with it.
Great preventative measure, but they can still crawl through the grass, and they can move fast. I mean, it's not super fast. They're ticks, but in all biology, it's not slow.
Cut her again and zip some of these fine things off.
There are some products farmers can use on their cattle, and companies and scientists are working together on more sprays to repel ticks on humans.
In terms of natural products, we have developed a fabric spray, which is also first of its kind because it's based on essential oils and is meant to be on fabric. There is also a new product that we hope to launch soon that is basically based on essential oils, balsam fir essential oils, that with a proper engineering encapsulation we've done in the lab, it can be applied on your lawn and is meant to kill overwintering ticks.
Eventually, property owners will be enlisted to join the fight.
So of course,
that'll be nice.
Obtain a permit through Health Canada because the idea is also registering this product. So we will probably contact people for their backyard to test this product.
Because the earth...
That's only going to have limited success, though. There's still going to be pathways these ticks can take to spread.
The urgency to understand these tiny creatures is huge.
There are also other pathogens that needs to be more studied.
This is what I'm interested in about this video.
Specifically, is, for example, the Poisson virus, which is carried by the blackleg tick, We don't have a treatment at the moment. It can be deadly, so studying.
What did she
we
say?
don't have a treatment. Poisson virus, which is carried by.
Poisson virus?
We don't have a.
What is this? Rare, potentially severe tick-borne disease. What does it do? Central nervous system. Can affect everything. Oh shit. 50% of cases have extreme lasting effects. Memory problems, muscle wasting, recurring headaches. Fatality rate for severe neuroinvasive disease is roughly 10%. That's insane. Never heard of that before.
Treatment at the moment.
There's probably diseases we don't even know of.
Can be deadly. So studying ticks, monitoring the pathogens is a good way. It's the right approach for us to be prepared.
So for those who love the outdoors, what's Patty O'Brien Carrier's advice?
I have a hat and I have gloves, and I spray myself with lots of different products to keep the ticks at bay, because I surely heck don't want to get another tick bite.
And
I mean, you kind of already have the meat allergy. This is why proactivity is so important. But yeah, it'd be nice to prevent a new condition from popping up, that's for sure. Next thing, Google wants to release 32 million mosquitoes to disrupt the flow of disease.
So mosquitoes, as you know, the deadliest animal
in
the world.
California and Florida.
Annoying too, but Google wants to release millions of them in California and Florida. Nick Smith is here with more on this. Okay, you got to explain this one to me. It sounds odd, and as I mentioned before, I didn't know there was such a good thing as good mosquitoes.
Exactly.
But they're saying this could actually help reduce deadly mosquito-borne diseases.
Yeah, you're asking.
They're also trying to release genetically modified mosquitoes to breed with the general population that will cause them to not be able to pierce human skin, I think. I think that's a thing.
These questions because you're like, what does Google have to do with mosquitoes, right?
What's going on here?
Their life sciences department actually breeds mosquitoes, and Marky, they believe that by releasing more, they can reduce the harmful ones. Google is asking federal regulators for permission to release millions of mosquitoes to create fewer of them. As summer approaches, health officials say mosquito season is off to an early start across the country. Spring rainfall, standing water, and warmer temperatures are creating ideal breeding conditions. In fact, mosquito surveillance districts in California have already detected West Nile positive mosquitoes this season, a sign of what could be a busy mosquito season ahead. At the same time, Google's parent company, Alphabet, is seeking EPA approval for a project known as Debug. It's a plan to release up to 32 million male mosquitoes in California and in Florida over the next 2 years. The science is surprisingly simple. Only female mosquitoes bite people and spread disease. The males being released do not bite people, and the project does not involve genetic modification. Instead, the males carry a naturally occurring bacteria called Wolbachia, and when they mate with wild females, the eggs don't hatch, helping reduce local mosquito populations over time. The CDC calls mosquitoes the deadliest animal in the world because...
Yeah, I've known this for years. And when I first learned of them being the most deadly animal, the figure was 1 million deaths per year due to the illness related. But it's probably way higher than that now, I would imagine.
...of the diseases they can spread, including West Nile, dengue, Zika, chikungunya, and yellow fever.
And malaria.
Nile is the leading mosquito-borne disease in the continental U.S., sickening about 2,000 people each year, including more than 120 deaths.
In 1 out of about 150 people who get West Nile virus, it can cause neurologic disease, meningitis, and can also include encephalitis, actual more involvement of the brain. And it can even result in paralysis.
Health officials say right now the best defense is still prevention. Use insect repellent and eliminate standing water around your home where mosquitoes can breed.
Yeah.
Now, for now, Alphabet's debug project would be limited to California and Florida. The EPA is accepting public comments through June 5th. And if approved, again, Google says the goal is simple: fewer mosquitoes and fewer people, Marky, actually getting sick. So the idea is this will work.
I'd like to get in that public comment section.
Before
That's a good laugh. Why is a company even talking about this? See, people think, oh, if you get rid of all mosquitoes, it's going to disrupt the ecological web too much. It's going to have too much of an effect on other species. Well, actually, no. There are a few things that primarily prey on mosquitoes, but they have several other food sources as well, right? And so if you rid the planet of all mosquitoes, it might have it's going to have a smaller impact than you think. It's not going to disrupt as much as you think, because there is other options.
Before they release anything.
See what those conversations sound like.
Right? Yeah, it would create some ecological and environmental disruption. Wouldn't cause a disaster. Would be a massive humanitarian benefit. Exactly. It would disrupt food chains very little compared to what people actually think, which is really interesting.
Dear creator community.
Oh, this thing. Yeah, I wanted to wait until something else happened to talk about this. So after the American Fork Police Department made a response about the $200,000 stolen Lego set from a dying man and his son, and corporate came out and made a completely ambiguous response. Like the entire company, Bricks and Minifigs, I call them Bricks and Mega Figgots, they came out and made a official response, but there's no evidence for those claims they made. Like, they tried to give back a couple $1,000s worth, and then in this official corporate response on the Oregon store on their website, they say it was only worth $60,000 to $80,000 based on inventory logs. It's like, let's see those inventory logs. And yeah, so much has happened between the Salt Lick City and Bricks and Mega Figgots. There's just been so much corruption and religious mafia that Ben could not successfully get back the Legos so far. Like, that's how it goes with these corrupt corporations. They're either gonna legally bleed you until you cannot pursue it anymore and it's worth more than the actual crime, or you're just gonna get fucked over legally. Like, they'll try and fuck you over legally. And so Ben posted a GoFundMe, moved to Mexico, and then Bricks and Mega Figgots got so petty, they're like, okay, we're going to send a temporary restraining order and potential takedown to Patreon, because we can't have that. We can't have him getting the value that we took. Like, even if you get to keep the Legos. And so this is the response from Patreon. I waited to cover this because I wanted to see something else happen.
Dear creator community, My name is Jack Conti, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Patreon. On May 29th, Patreon received an official takedown request filed by Bricks and Minifigs for media and accounts related to Reckless Ben and an ongoing dispute regarding a local Lego consignment issue. This is the verified complaint with exhibits. This is the request for immediate content removal pursuant to temporary restraining order. And this is the motion for the temporary restraining order and preliminary injunction. So after an extensive review and investigation by Patreon's Trust and Safety team, we have in fact unfortunately determined that Bricks and Minifigs can stuff it.
Stuff it!
We're keeping Ben's page up. And if Bricks and Minifigs doesn't like that, they can sue us.
Oh my god, the genuine, it's so good, man. The genuine smile. Fucking legend.
Patreon out.
And I don't know how Ben can keep everything, every update so entertaining through all of this. Like, give him props.
Woman drives through.
Props. Okay, this we're gonna add this because this is interesting looking.
Someone actually
So yeah, here's a new video from Ben.
hacked into the American Fork Police Department. Someone actually hacked into the American Fork Police Department and released all the footage unredacted of my interactions with them. So this is the original footage I got with the redactions in, and this is the new unredacted footage. I'm lining them up and I'm gonna keep only the redacted parts to see what they were actually saying.
I understand. This ends today. I know. We're talking to them. Okay.
Sadly, they weren't able to get the first 2 days where I was accused of having heroin on me. But the final 2 days, we were able to see a lot, actually. The footage starts with me going to Josh's house so I can serve him his legal court papers. Josh knows
Which is necessary, by the way.
that if he goes to court with me, he's going to lose. So instead, a much easier option is he calls the police on me to prevent me from serving him.
His name is Ben Schneider. He's stalking my house. Will you come to my house, please, and come get them? I'm not going to have stalkers.
Are they there right now?
They're on the side of the house.
One of the dispatchers made a note here saying that you were gonna shoot someone.
I'm done with this. Officer, can you please help me and my family and make this stop?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like that's complete fucking bullshit. This is wasting of resources and avoiding accountability.
She had a consignment deal with a guy named Brian Mansell. A year and a half, almost 2 years, she had this consignment deal with him and she never paid him.
So right away, Josh is lying to the police, which we can easily verify with all of the metadata timestamped pictures that show that the Lego sets were in the store when Josh took it over.
He's hired this YouTuber. His name is Ben Schneider. He's Reckless Ben. They sent people in saying they're going to murder our manager.
Never fucking happened.
I'm done.
What do you...
Oh, you're done all right. Yeah, you're done all right, buddy. You're done. Not with him, with yourself.
What are you guys doing here? So we are in a court case with them and we have to serve them legal papers.
She is a process server and she's trying to serve you papers.
She's not a process server.
Really? Okay, what's your evidence of that, tough guy?
Okay. Get the papers.
I think you need to stop taking the tea.
They're fake. Go get the papers.
Okay. You're okay if I bring those over to you?
Absolutely.
Okay.
They're fake.
You got the see those papers? Yeah.
Cope.
This is what you're trying to serve them with?
Yes. I wish we could just send them an email. I wish we could just send them a phone call, or the court could just send it to them, but this is what we're required to do from the United States court. So we're just following the instructions of the government. He thinks if I just call the cops on me, he can get away with it, but we're showing him, like, we're not going to let him get away with his crime, so.
Okay. You okay if I give these papers to him?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Hang tight. Are you
Who seems more reasonable? Who seems more tense?
okay if she just gives you the papers so we can just get
Have
her?
you looked at the papers? I've talked to the Kaiser Police Department. There's nothing filed.
Why is he manipulating his device like that?
So no, I'm not accepting service from him.
Okay.
Absolutely not. It's fake.
Okay.
It's not real.
What's your evidence?
It's completely fine. That's
No, it's not fine.
give that right.
Yeah.
Bro's in his bare feet.
Literally, all this police officer has to do is be like, you are served. And then he doesn't even have to accept them. He can literally just drop them. But as long as you say you are served, that counts as illegal serving. So why doesn't this cop just do that? Like, this whole thing could be solved in literally 3 seconds. Like, here, I'll time it. You've been served. Yeah, like literally 1.5 seconds, and this could be solved. This could literally be solved in 1.5 seconds. And this police officer is just purposely choosing to make this way more complicated than it has to be.
Hold on. All right. What are you wanting done today? Besides, obviously, talk to...
As much as you humanly possibly can.
I can screen charges. I'm open to screening charges through our attorney.
Yeah. Instead of serving these court papers like the police officer promised me he would, this officer would rather screen all possible charges for me to see what random stuff they can make up about me.
I'm going to go talk with him, give him his paper back, since you do not want this.
Can I just peek at it?
What was that?
Can I peek at it?
It kind of puts me in a little bit of a bind.
It's fake.
Yeah, this isn't personal whatsoever. You can, yeah, no, what the fuck, man?
There's no lawsuit anyway.
Okay. So anyway, I'm gonna give this back to him and trespass her.
Because here's the thing, like think about this logically. Do you think
where I'm living, if I was acting like this under these like, dude, no, that bro, it's so fucking whack.
the process server would show up with a guy that's been harassing me, a YouTuber, to serve papers in Utah?
Josh knows that if he gets served these papers, it's going to be really bad for him. And at this point, it seems like he's willing to make up any story he can to get us arrested before he gets served these papers.
They sent a lady in, and the lady's like, "Oh, I'm going to murder you," to Amanda, the manager.
And now, Josh has just committed a felony. Lying to the police officers about a false threat I made to get me arrested is super duper illegal.
That is extremely illegal.
A billion times, threatened the employees.
No amount of justice is going to be enough. These people are causing more harm than what their own lives are worth. And they're wasting resources where they could be helping genuine people.
He does not want the paper. So
He's not want the papers?
Here's that back for you.
Okay. I'm not sure what this is. I've never seen something like that. To be honest with you.
These are court papers.
Okay. Yeah. Have a good rest of your day.
Okay, see ya.
Yeah, process server's really going to ride with the YouTuber. I mean, how stupid does he think I am?
What is it? Dude, he doesn't want to let this YouTuber thing go. It doesn't matter. Why does that matter in relevance to the fact that there's a process server?
They have fake service papers. And the girl is like, she's like, "Oh no, I got to serve him these papers." Like they printed up a fake lawsuit, you know? And I'm like, "Oh yeah, do you think the process server would really be riding with the YouTube guy to deliver papers to a guy that he's been harassing?"
This is all circumstantial. This is all hearsay.
I'm like, "Do you think I'm stupid?"
I think you're pretty fucking stupid.
I don't know what to do, man.
So, did you call the police again?
I just don't know what to do, man. I'm done with these guys.
You don't know what to do because you have no moral grounds. You know you fucked up. That's why you don't know what to do. Not because you're helpless and innocent, but because you're helpless and guilty.
We're ready and willing to arrest these individuals for Utah statutes for cyberbullying and digital stalking because they're using electronic means for
Stalking adjacent, even though it's just the qualities of that, and they're completely founded.
Communication and coordinating their stalking habits.
Oh, it's digital stalking, not stalking.
It's all of the above.
Okay, got it.
But because they're continuing to use, additional tactics and other things like that, thinking that they're being cute and whatnot.
What tactics?
Can't continue. So somebody has to be arrested to show that they can't continue to do this.
Now we're just kind of wanting to know what you want done on this.
As much as we humanly possibly can.
He's going to submit, have a screen for charges with our process.
as much as you humanly possibly can. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Prosecutors, right, with our city prosecutors. He is very adamant that he wants to serve you with papers, okay?
That's fake. That's illegal. You can't pretend to be a process server.
So
you can't. It's illegal.
Why not? In the state of Utah, to be a process server, all you have to do is be over the age of 18 years old. You got to be not affiliated with the case, and you can't be an attorney. And this girl meets all three. She is over 18 years old. I literally met her like 10 minutes before we showed up here, and she's not an attorney. So legally, in the state of Utah, this woman is a process server. And I already explained this to the police.
So anyone can be a process server. You have to be 18 years old, and you have to be not affiliated with the case. So she is not affiliated with the case. She's over 18 years old. That qualifies as a process server.
Okay. Well, maybe just have someone not affiliated with you.
That's her, yeah.
Fucking idiot. He just said that.
We have no relationship.
So, let me get this straight. What the officer is saying is, okay, if you interact with the process server, they're affiliated with the case. Motherfucker, no! That's not how that works.
That's why she's here, yeah. That's why she's here. We have no relationship.
That is such a stretch.
She is the exact person that you were describing.
That's fake. It is a lie. She's impersonating a process server.
So for this girl to be impersonating a process server in the state of Utah, she must either
How do you
be
even
under
do that?
18, which the cops took her ID and verified she's not under 18.
Do you have an ID or anything like that on you?
She has to be related to this case, which Josh says he's never seen her before, so she can't be related to this case. Josh has verified that. And so the only option left is Josh must assume that she's an attorney. But if Josh has never heard of her before, how does he know she's an attorney? And spoiler, she's not an attorney. But so I don't know what Josh means when he says she's pretending to be a process server, because it seems like he's verified that she meets all the requirements to be a process server. So basically what Josh is saying is, even though she meets all these requirements, and I acknowledge she meets these requirements, she still doesn't meet these requirements. You're making no sense, Josh.
Impersonating an officer of the court, that carries some pretty significant, like...
Yeah, you can't pretend to be a process server. Sorry. Yeah, you can't. That's got to be illegal.
And that's...
It's gotta be illegal. Like, bro.
Like I say, he's getting...
Put him in the worst jail possible.
combining charges.
It's a Class A misdemeanor to impersonate a process server in the state of Utah.
So right now...
I want her arrested for impersonating a process server.
So right now...
I can't just go and pretend, I can't go print up fake documents and go try to process serve people.
How are they fake?
That's illegal.
So these papers that he printed up are
fake. Yes, 1 billion, trillion, gazillion percent.
Again, this is Ammon. I'm with the corporate office.
This is the CEO.
Oh, hi.
So what's happened is we had a former franchisee, Mr. Schneider, is just
I'm not even gonna listen to that bullshit.
left the United States.
And now Eamon has just committed obstruction by lying to the police officers.
He created a fake contract, forged a manager's signature up there, threatened to kill her.
I didn't sign no agreement. I'm not beholden to somebody else's stupid agreement. I like how he can just lie to you guys. He's just straight face. Oh, he owes me $200,000.
I'll check with the court, see if it's a valid civil case that he's trying to push through, and we'll go about it that way, okay?
Thank you for holding. How can I help you?
Trying to speak with some...
This shouldn't even be happening. This call shouldn't even be happening. It shouldn't even be happening.
I want to verify if a fear...
Didn't want, the police officers turned off the microphone on their body cam because I guess they really didn't want literally anyone to hear this, even if someone gets a hold of the unredacted stuff. Not even we now can get it to hear what these police officers are saying. But anyways, the police officer ends up going back to talk to Josh.
They're screening some charges, okay?
Yeah.
But we're just kind of working through. It looks like this is a real case. It just hasn't gone to court, okay?
It's a real case. Who's it against?
Against you, him versus you.
Ben Schneider?
Mm-hmm.
What an idiot.
So. He's just racking up the charges and shouldn't work.
This guy never had anything bad happen to him in his life.
While we're working together.
So basically the consensus is we were all wrong here. However, let's just arrest Ben anyways.
Like, letting them go cannot be an option here, guys. Like, there's got to be something for cyber stalking, bullying, like all of the different things.
Cope and weaponizing of public services.
Like, there's got to be something to
for financial motives. Grand theft.
arrest them and send a message that this is not appropriate, this is not okay.
I'm in agreement with you. Again, that's why we're kind of working.
Yeah, we know, because you're a fucking idiot.
Working through this right now.
Hello.
You don't just deserve your job gone, you deserve to be in a just as bad a prison as this guy, if not worse.
Okay. Okay. Find you back. Am I being arrested? You're under arrest right now. Really?
You. Oh,
there we go.
I love you. Okay, I love you. I love American Fork Police Department.
So now let's get to the search warrant, where the cops raid my house because they heard that I was the one that stole the Legos from Brian.
Hearsay, but we're gonna act on it with fucking guns. But we're gonna greet this guy at his door with food, smile, and that's fucking insane, dude.
So I might have found out an answer of why this cop was so rough with me and threw my arm back. Before we enter the property...
What is this? Bro, what is this? I've never seen anything like it.
The cop warns all the other police officers to make sure we are not filming.
Hey, they're probably going to be quick to film. They're probably going to be quick to pull their phones out, so just be aware of that.
However, when we got raided, I instantly pressed the record button on my phone because I was terrified these police officers were going to do something and try and hide it from the public. But I guess the police officer sees that I'm filming, and once he sees I'm filming, I think he was like, as punishment for filming me, I'm going to bend your arm back upwards and injure you, is my guess of what happened, because afterwards he says this.
The main kid had his phone recording, so I shut it off, but...
The other kid had a GoPro.
How many did you get?
These are not professionals, these are functional animals and should be treated as such. Humans are animals, neither should die, there's a natural order to things, gotta eat, disease happens. Living things have conflict, life without conflict is meaningless. Bring as much conflict as possible down on these fuck asses.
You got Ben?
We got 5 right now.
Including Ben Schneider?
Yes.
Sweet, that's good.
Next, we got some unredacted footage of me using the bathroom. Another thing about this unredacted footage is we get to see the police's entire office building. We get to see their detective board of us. We get to see that they're actually a member of the Church of Scientology Sucks. All my old school fans will know this, but basically I made a religion called Scientology Sucks, and it legally got approved by the IRS, and Scientology Sucks worships a gold plunger as their god. I even got
interesting
it tattooed on my wrist right here. It's like a plunger cross on my wrist. I guess the American Fork Police Department is active members of the Church of Scientology Sucks because they literally put my god on their desk. That's exciting.
What the fuck? What are they doing?
We have a felony stalking case right now. Felonies. Everyone's facing felonies.
That's pretty serious shit.
It's super serious. I know that you've been told all of, oh, it's a fundraiser. This guy stole $200,000.
Yeah.
If that was the case, that guy would be in jail.
Yeah.
So
No,
let's use, we're going to use critical.
Anyways, we're going to fast forward a bunch. So this is basically a spoiler for episode 3, but basically this Bricks and Minifigs company has non-stop been making fake bomb threats, fake fire threats, fake murder threats in my name that I'm going to murder them.
and fake corporate statements trying to, like, segue from the few $1,000 offer about what they wanted to initially return to, like, somewhere in between $2,000 with no evidence. Or somewhere in between $200,000 with no evidence of any of their claims.
The only problem is, obviously, these are all fake threats. I would never do something like that. But...
Erroneous. Erroneous.
The police think that these are real threats, so now the police...
Well, of course the police think they're real threats.
From Los Angeles, from Utah, they're all working together now to catch me. Here's a phone call from just a few days ago of the Los Angeles police calling the Utah police of them scheming of a way to get me arrested for all these mystery threats that I've been making.
So this isn't... Oh, no, buddy. This is more than just Utah now. What? So now we have LA police in tandem with the Utah police. And other locations too? Trying to get this guy? For no reason.
We got a complaint from a guy in Provo about this guy Schneider.
Okay.
And so it seems like I talked to the guys in Sandy police too, and then trying to get a hold of Provo police. So it seems like, yeah, Schneider's kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
Basically, so he called me and he's just like, this guy's crazy. He's like making threats against us, my employees, our business, etc., etc. It seems like this guy might live in LA.
Hearsay.
Or his last known address is in LA. So I guess I'm just trying to track down like what you guys are doing, if anything. I know, like, at least I've been told that there's technically a couple open cases. This guy's already being charged in Utah by 3 different places. Like, what are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
Any idea where he actually is?
No idea.
Okay.
I know we had asked to hold him until we had further, but I'm guessing they just let him bond out, so.
Okay.
The only problem is I'm in a place the American police have no jurisdiction over, so they're never gonna catch me here.
Yeah, no American police in sight.
Good luck finding me. You are never gonna find me, police officers.
What the actual fuck?
Don't let anyone tell.
How many departments, bro? Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Also, this story, by the way, this is the fucking, like, what do you call it? Henry Nowak story. Right?
Oh, more on the Henry Nowak story. On December 3rd, 23-year-old Vikram Digwa stabbed 18-year-old university student Henry Nowak 5 times with a sacrificial knife. Fatal heart wound. False claims of a racial attack. 21-year minimum sentence to life.
Right? This story has 1.3.
The IOPC now probes the officer's response amid family calls to avoid division.
Million posts about it right now. I don't know if this is new today.
I love how it's to avoid, or I hate how it's to avoid division and not do the right thing.
Thousands. Wait, this is all Southampton police. Oh my God.
This is what happens.
Wow.
Same thing should happen for gender ideology.
Uh-huh. Jesus, that's a lot of fucking people. It sure is. Happening right now? Yeah, this is happening right now.
All of the UK is revolting. Jesus Christ. It's like the ULEZ cameras, but it's way worse.
So gaming studios have stopped putting pride flags on their avatars. Let's look at all of the gaming studios and we're gonna find out if they've done it or not. No gay. No gay. Bungie. No gay. Zero gay. Blizzard. No.
Focus more on games and less on politics.
No gay.
Which is all bullshit.
It's over, guys. Ubisoft?
For the most part.
Gay is over. All right, Twitch is gay. Not because of Pride Month, but they've just not
I'm so glad I left Twitch.
Not because of Pride Month, but they've just been gay for like 10 years.
Yep.
EA? Okay. No gay. No gay. Nothing.
Just keep saying it like that. No gay. No gay. Focus on games. Yes, games.
Things about gay. Apple. No gay. Google. I think that's just the normal rainbow. That's not the gay rainbow. Riot.
It doesn't matter that people want to be gay. If they want to be gay, so what? We don't have to fucking homogenize everything with sexuality.
Games. No gay. World of Warcraft. No gay. No gay. Zero gay. No gay. No more gay. Destiny. Let's try Destiny. Destiny. No gay. No gay. Sony. No gay. No gay. Gay is over for Sony. Halo? Is it Halo or Galo? It's Galo.
It's Galo. I mean, they're gonna... that's sad, though.
Right. Xbox, okay. No gay. League of Legends was gay last year, but no more. This is last year. We're gonna compare it to last year. Disney, no change. Target, no change. Starbucks. Even Starbucks roached out on the gays? Oh, League of Legends.
I would go searching myself, but I got banned on X for inauthentic behavior.
Okay, League of Legends. What?
That's what I was thinking. That's what came to my mind for me, because I remember seeing this. What he did last year, talking about this.
Halo? Nope, no change. Oh wait, no, they did do a change. Okay, so Halo made a post. Isn't it the same Halo skin? It is. Gay pride is just a new way for them to scale rainbow skins. I want to let every gay boy that's been paying attention to this, they never cared about you. They would be completely okay with you being executed and thrown off a bridge for being gay. As long as you bought their shirt before they threw you off the bridge.
Bonus round. Last night they voted in California, and every singular of the candidates Hassan-backed lost.
It's just fucking rich liberals who just want homo-fascism in the country.
Homo-fascism.
And we got a new fascism dropped. Homo-fascism.
That's what my shirt today was for. This is like the final piece of today's puzzle. I am the face of homo-fascism.
Bro, if you show me another fucking Spencer Pratt clip, I'm gonna literally put you on a rocket ship into outer space. Do you understand me? I don't give a fuck about...
Is it safe?
Now Spencer fucking Pratt.
Does this hurt the spaceship?
Dude.
Need you to lock in. This is personal. Amazon just canceled the revival of the most popular TV shows because the original showrunners didn't turn into some woke slop. They announced the return of Stargate just last year.
That's unfortunate. Not my thing, but...
And now they killed it. So a new Stargate TV show has been axed by Amazon. And so this happened... Oh, this happened today.
I really don't care. I don't watch this show. But that's unfortunate. Cancel a show just because the showrunners want creative control and don't want to support intentional division. That's kind of stupid.
So he's having a little bit of a melty, is that right?
I'm dying.
He's dying.
Monterey, Becerra 28, Steyer 26.
He's dying.
Hilton 23, first decent result for Steyer. Oliver Mott getting cooked. Yeah, I mean, look at the fucking top line.
Yeah.
Look at the goddamn top line. Of course,
Republicans stay winning. It's because people don't want to vote for race communists. They don't want to vote for Hamas. They don't.
Yeah, that sums it up pretty well. Infallible, escapist, race communists. Yeah.
They don't want to vote for drug addicts running around in the street with knives. They don't and making them feel unsafe and putting their children at risk. They're tired of that. Average people are tired of that. This isn't even a politics thing anymore. It's just about civilization. This isn't civilization. It's a third world managed decline. And I think that people in
Well, there's a first world and third world I've talked about that more in other videos. It's like us in the West, we're seen as more fortunate, and we are. We have things. We don't control those things. We don't control what should be. We don't have freedom yet. We haven't had freedom for generations. We're slaves for a different incentive. A different value. At least most people are. And, it's not good.
California are tired of it. I think people all over America...
Again, genuine humanitarian aid and technological advancement is something we need. If we were focusing on humanitarian aid the past 20 years, as much as we have the past 5, would we even be looking to solve things like microplastics?
Are tired of it.
Oliver Ma's getting cooked. Everyone's a fucking reactionary in this goddamn state,
It's a
bro.
reactionary. Yeah, well then maybe you should think about why they're reacting that way. Why is that?
California is literally a red state.
He hates...
Okay, obviously...
Well then, okay, so that's a really great... admission. Okay, so I think that...
I don't know if I'm gonna watch all this. I'm not really interested in California politics specifically. I don't really care. Okay, this person just drove through a crowd because apparently late for work.
Through crowd because she's late.
I apologize, but I do need to go. So can I move this?
No, the road's closed now.
But that's what I'm saying. And all these residents, there's only one way out.
I understand, but it was advertised.
Yeah, so they told me to move my car in here.
Right, but the road is closed and we can't let people out, okay?
Okay, so like I said, I apologize, but I'm not going to move this.
No, you can't.
You can't move it.
You can't move the cones. The road's closed. 10 serving units
what?
at the Patuxent Place. I apologize for the inconvenience. I'd be happy to call you a taxi.
Uh-oh, she's stressing out.
There has to be another way. I'm not...
There has to be another way. There is. There's another way. It's called
around and go home. Why do you want to go to work so bad?
Around the crowd. Yeah, it's called around. It's like a way around. You ever heard of that?
Taking a taxi.
Like, why is the logical thought not, oh, I might be compensated because of this happening?
Yeah, I work in Virginia.
Yeah, I understand. And I apologize for the inconvenience.
A taxi? Just turn around. Go somewhere. Go around it. Look at Google Maps.
I don't have to come back.
I don't have to come back? Wait, what?
I need to get out.
Is
there any way you can call somebody?
You want to work today?
Unfortunately, there's several people that have had to say they can't come out. This is just one of those times where I can't let you out.
I'm not trying to be against...
Imagine having to debate with somebody about something so obvious.
I'm not trying to be against nobody law. We're gonna ignore the improper use of plurals, but because I talk like that all the time for fun. But who owns the law? You think this individual person owns the law?
By law, but I gotta go.
I understand. I can't have you do that.
But I gotta go.
Stop. You cannot move this. I'm telling you right now.
Oh, I gotta go to work. What do you want me to do? Like, I have to go to work.
You cannot get out. I can't help you with that. Please do not disturb this area.
I might have to.
Ma'am.
I'm so sorry.
You're going to be placed under arrest.
He should have fucking grabbed her as soon as she tore that.
Don't give leniency to this. Stupidity is worse than vulgarity.
Should have grabbed her fucking hand and thrown her on the hood and handcuffed her like the criminal that she is. That's what the fucking retard. Letting these people run around.
He definitely wasn't thinking about individual accountability, that's for damn sure.
around like this is insane.
Trying to run through the roadblock. It's 2 George Lincoln 4626.
Oh my God.
Stop! Stop your car! Stop!
Excuse me.
Stop!
Excuse me, y'all.
And there's a lady.
What is she doing?
BMW. Stop!
Oh my God.
We're at 6
Oh
now.
my God. How can you be this stupid?
Stop! Stop! Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. You're under arrest.
Okay, go. Okay.
What a fucking idiot.
She lucky they
Jesus.
didn't shoot her.
Damn it. Okay, I'm just trying to get to work.
You're not going to work. You're not going to work anymore. Nope. No more work.
You could have turned around and not gone to work and had, you know, a little bit of an anxious but hopeful day. It's like, will I be compensated? Like, there's no way I could get to work. They legally wouldn't let me. And it's like, if your boss is reasonable, they'd understand or even compensate you in some way, or let it off the hook. And that's a reasonable worry. And then if the boss is unreasonable, you can hold the boss accountable. But instead, you're going to jail.
No more work. You're gonna work in jail for quarters.
All right, y'all gotta record. I'm just trying to get to work.
Y'all gotta record. As if, like, bro, what do you think you are, George Floyd? Holy shit. He can't breathe, you can't think.
You can't breathe, you can't think. Oh my God, what a brilliant.
Apartments and they're
Jesus.
the way out.
What a stupid bitch.
Call my mom.
What, I agree. Why is it always, I'm my mom? Why is it always that?
Oh my God.
Okay, okay.
She's George Floyd?
Relax.
That's a good one.
Stop. 10 to Adam 5, secure that vehicle.
Move your arm.
Stop. Everything's on camera. Stop.
I don't care.
I don't
This
care.
is uncomfortable.
Okay,
my mom
sure
is right
is.
there. Can
My
you just
mom
call
is
her?
right there.
You're under arrest.
Man.
Sit. Turn around, sit on the wall. Sit.
Okay.
So you just can't have people like this in society, bro. You can't have these people.
Functional animals.
Like, these people need to get institutionalized. Like, they have no impulse control. They have no prior thinking. These are the people that only think 15 minutes at a time. Having these people in society is so dangerous. It is. It's it's dangerous even for them.
And the magnitude cannot be stated of all these stupid people. But there would be less stupid people if there was less intentional division, corruption, collusion, and unreconcilable moral financial contradiction and societal expectation. Because people just want to live good in all aspects of life.
You just stop touching me now.
And then people become addicted, they become degenerate, they become fat, they become further reduced in physical security and identity, thinking the opposite is happening. Like, there's so much fucking stupidity. It's like rungs to this shit. You get to a certain rung low enough, you're gonna do certain behaviors and choices and view certain things as enjoyable that you otherwise would not. You fundamentally change as a person through sacrifice, through trauma, through all kinds of different shit.
So, can I go call my mom?
Do you have any injuries?
What?
Do you have any injuries?
It's like a stupidity hierarchy.
No.
Okay. Stop. Just sit on the wall.
I just need to go to fucking work. Like, that's
Well, you're
hard.
under arrest, so stop.
You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me in, like, video games where you can, like, use furniture or something like that to like obscure an NPC's pathing, and then like you get an NPC stuck in like a corner and it just keeps walking into a cabinet over and over and it just never stops. And it's like, you know, King's Honor, friend. Need help with something? Safe spotting? Yeah.
Mom.
They pulled her out of her pathing loop.
So let me go. Let me go. Let me go. I'm just trying to go to work, bro.
Stop.
What a tantrum.
Relax.
I love seeing this. I do. This is amazing. Jesus Christ.
It's just unbearable.
You didn't listen.
All I'm trying to do is go to work.
You
Shoulda listened.
Holy retard. I know.
Stop and sit.
I'm trying.
Sit. You may sit. You may not stand up. You may sit.
Gosh.
So you can sit.
Is there a key fob?
I don't know. And somebody's live on their phone, like FaceTiming right now. So.
Somebody's FaceTiming? Why are they always on the phone?
Because they think it's gonna be a witness. That's why. It's gonna be a witness to. Oh my God! And now I just realized it's like, oh, they're punitively punishing me. So this is a witness to that. That is what's happening.
Where do you think she works? I don't. That's a good.
Turn the phone over.
Where's the phone?
On the other seat, sir.
She thinks she works at the HIV.
Okay.
Looks like
Probably.
I got the phone. I'm just getting her ID too.
Who's gonna hit nobody?
You almost hit 25 people coming out of this.
Almost isn't hit. Wow.
Almost isn't hit.
All you had to do was listen to me, and you could have left. Instead, you bumped me with your car and then drove down the street and almost hit 16, 15 people. What is wrong with you?
I'm trying to get to work.
Okay.
She's goy looping. It's crazy.
We said you couldn't drive. You could have taken an Uber, but no, you wanted to drive your car out in the middle of the street.
And I told you my circumstances, so.
Your circumstances don't justify your behavior.
She didn't have shit to say to that.
Exactly. No, get out of there.
Is it a key fob or what?
Yeah, it'd be a key fob for this push to start.
Let's turn it off. I don't see what I did wrong.
I don't see what I did
a judge
wrong.
can make reason with you.
Okay, all right. Can you take me out these cuffs? They're uncomfortable.
You're under arrest. You're going to jail.
Okay, stop touching me. Just get off me then. Just stop
Then
touching
sit
me.
and stop trying to
get off of
I'm
me.
not getting off of you.
I'm not about to do nothing.
Based on your behavior.
I'm not about to do anything.
Said every person that was about to do something.
It's spoken from the person that's literally been doing something this entire time.
Here, I don't trust the words coming out of your mouth.
They don't have to run you down.
Gosh.
He gets up again. I swear to God, you could train a dog better than this.
I agree.
Isn't that really something?
What happens
Gentle. That's all I'm asking.
You could have killed like 15 people and you're asking for them to be gentle when you're obviously trying to find a loophole or get out of this situation. It's so unreasonable.
I gotta go to the station, do some paperwork, so we're gonna be in charge.
Yup. That says it all.
Boyfriend, we don't. Are there shoes in that car?
It only takes one person deciding the rules suddenly don't apply to them for hundreds of people to become vulnerable at once. That's why scenes like this get taken seriously.
And that's the gist of it, yep.
No.
Damn. Okay, we got one more thing.
An Alberta man faces criminal charges after police say they found more than 500,000 child sexual exploitation photos and videos in his possession. To talk more about this staggering seizure of material, Sarah Galashan joins us now. Sarah.
Yeah, Ian, incredible number is how the staff sergeant holding the press conference today described it. For some context, what he said was that this 500,000 images that were seized, that amount is about half the number of total images that would be seized by police throughout the entire province of Alberta over the last 12 months. The way this all came together, it started out with information that was provided by Calgary Police from the National Child Exploitation Crime Centre. What was indicated is that there had been an upload of what's called CSAM, and that the acronym stands for Child Sexual Abuse Material. From that, they determined it was an Okotoks address, that's just south of Calgary. A search warrant was issued. It was executed. The occupant of the home was not there at the time of that search, but was later located on May 26th, arrested and charged with accessing and possession of child sexual abuse material.
How do you even come to own this amount of...
From the policing perspective, it's always concerning when they make a seizure of any kind involving a child abuse material that has been in the possession of somebody. But when it comes to an amount as large as this, what we heard from the staff sergeant is that...
How does it even happen?
That elevates their concerns. Take a listen.
Does this possession of this material indicate a much more... does it satisfy an insatiable appetite? Does it lead to other offending patterns? It's difficult to say, but this is truly a concerning volume of material that we've recovered.
And so in this case, the 35-year-old man who has been arrested and has been charged has also been released, Ian, and will be back in court on August 8th.
So a concerning amount of child sexual abuse.
Why would you release him? And they don't show a face. Dude, nah. And comments are off too. This speaks for itself.
A shocking find at an
I guess that's the guy? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Released from jail. You have potentially 1 million photos of child abuse, and you're just gonna get released. Liberal policy in one sentence. Okay, I'm out. I'm gone. That is all. I am gone.